So everybody wants to live the American dream, make a lot of money, buy a house, and live happily ever after. But what if you don't have the make a lot of money part down? In this video, I'm going to show you how I was able to buy a house with no down payment. Welcome friends, I'm Lindsay, and I became a mother at just 16 years old. Determined to beat the odds and statistics and not become a failure in life, I set out to try to achieve the American dream as one person on one income. So on this channel, we share tips and tricks on how to navigate through life and achieve your dreams and goals. So why would you want to buy a house with no down payment? The answer to that is simple. Rising rent and house prices over the last few years have caused people to have to spend more of their income on bills and housing costs, allowing them less money in their budget to spend on things that they would like to do with their family. By buying now, you can lock in your housing costs so it cannot go up on you in the future. Great, so what's the catch, you ask? Well, there's only a few things to know about down payment assistance programs. FHA down payment assistance programs work by giving you upfront the money needed for a down payment on a house. They then hold that as a second mortgage loan against your house, with the loan having a $0 payment. And this loan is held as a second mortgage against your house until you fulfill and live in the house for a certain term. Some of them are 5 years, some of them are 10 years, some of them are 15 years. At the point that you've lived in the house for your term, 10, 5 years, whatever the term is by the program, the loan will be forgiven and will no longer be held as a second mortgage against your house. If for some reason you decide to sell your house and not live in it before your term is up, the money will be paid back from the sale of the house at the time that you sell it. But for the duration that you actually live in the house, you do not have to make a payment on this loan, and you don't have to come up front out of pocket for your down payment on your house. FHA down payment assistance programs are available in the United States to people who meet just a few requirements. One of those requirements is income. Each state and each program will have their own income requirements. I will leave a link down in the description box below where you can check out all the programs available. They are categorized by state, so you can find your state and find the different programs that are available to you. But in the state of North Carolina, the program that I used to buy my house with no down payment was the income limit was $80,000 or below, meaning that you had to make $80,000 or less to qualify for this down payment assistance program. I don't know about y'all, but if I made more than $80,000, I probably wouldn't be searching for how to come up with a down payment. I might just have one. The second requirement to qualify is most likely going to be credit score. Now, you don't have to have perfect credit. You can have some collection and blemishes on your credit, but they do want to see that you genuinely try to pay your bills on time. So I think the minimum requirement at the time that I bought my house was a credit score of 620. The third requirement you're generally going to have to meet is the house has to qualify too. Now, most people will probably be looking for a move-in ready house, and this should not be a problem, and this should probably be the easiest requirement to meet. But the house does need to qualify on a few standards. Appraisal. The house will need to appraise for at least the amount of money that you are borrowing on your mortgage loan. They don't want people underwater in houses that are fixer-uppers in case the bank gets stuck with the loan. Also, the house will have to have a clean inspection, so no termite damage, no structural damages or water damages. And on occasion, there are a few programs that will require the home to be in certain areas, but in the case of the program that I used for North Carolina, that was not the case. I got to pick any area in any neighborhood that I wanted. When buying a house, there's often closing costs associated with closing out the loan and getting the keys to the house. Now, it doesn't hurt to ask. A lot of sellers sometimes pay the closing costs in order to sell a house so that they can move and buy a new house. It's always worth it to ask the sellers of the house you are buying if they are willing to pay the closing costs. Now, some sellers will meet you in the middle and pay half and you pay half. Some sellers are willing to pay all of the closing costs. In my case, when I bought my house, the sellers did agree to pay all the closing costs. So now that we've discussed how to get your down payment covered and how to get your closing costs covered, there's only a few other costs associated with buying a house. You do have to pay for your own inspection most of the time, and the inspection is required to qualify for the loan and the down payment assistance. When I did mine, I hired an outside company to come in and do the inspection, and I believe that cost me about $250. The other thing is the sellers of the house will probably require you to put down some kind of deposit to show that you are serious about buying the house and you're not just dragging them along a journey and wasting their time. They set the deposit amount, but most of the time it's not a very large amount. In my case, my deposit was only $500. And once you get to closing, that money is accredited to you for the purchase price of the house and applied to your loan at that time. So you don't lose that money. It does go towards the purchase of your house. So out of pocket, I paid $750 to buy my house. So if you've decided that now is the time for you to buy a house, but you haven't quite saved up that down payment yet, it's easy to get started. Just go to the link, I will put it on the screen and link down in the description box below to this website. It will show you all the programs available for each state. So navigate to the state that you either live in or are looking to purchase a home in and look through all the programs available for that state. Most states have multiple programs available, so reading through the programs and the requirements of each program will help you decide on a program that you want to go through. Once you have picked the program that you would like to go through, the next step is calling around banks and lenders, or maybe doing a Google search for banks and lenders that participate in that program. Not all banks or mortgage companies and lenders are going to participate in every program. So it's important that when you're calling around and you're looking to secure a loan or a mortgage, that you ask them if they participate in the program that you've chosen that you would like to go through for your down payment assistance. Once you find a bank or lender that takes or works with the program that you have chosen, you simply put in your application. Hopefully you get approved and you're on your way to living the American dream in your new home with your family. If you've made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you so much for watching and supporting me. If you found any of this information helpful, or if you've used a down payment assistance program yourself, please comment down below and let us know your experience as well. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.